Can you tell us when you came to Finland and how was your experience like when you arrived Finland?
I had a cultural shock
Yeah?
when I came to Finland. From noise to quietness,
Yeah?
from organization to disorganization.
Yeah?
Cultural shock of introverted people.
Okay.
Yeah, coming from where people are very extroverted.
Yeah?
Cultural shock of weather from a sunny, of course, from a sunny environment, tropical region of the world to a very cold place.
Okay. So how long have you been living now in Finland?
My 7th year going.
This is the 7th year?
Yeah.
So you haven't lived in Finland for like 7 years.
Yes.
Would you say that you're fully integrated, you're part of the society and fully integrated into society, or?
I am not, because I don't have a full command of perfect Finnish language.
Okay. So you feel your Finnish language is not good enough for you to consider yourself as part of the society?
I am part of the society. I don't want to be part of the society by just mere numbers.
Okay.
But I live in this society and...
you want to feel like the people accept you and you accept them and you feel like, yes, I'm contributing to the society.
I feel accepted in my own small community of friends.
Okay.
But when you talk about different wellness, occupational wellness, I would say I don't have it.
You don't have a job right now?
It wasn't my dream.
Okay.
It wasn't my dream.
You don't have a job right now?
I don't have a job. I am not fully employed right now.
Okay.
It wasn't my dream of Finland when I came.
Okay.
When I came, yeah.
It wasn't
it's not my dream of where I want to be.
Okay.
Or the kind of job I should be getting because I invested.
Okay, so you mean you're working somewhere now that you don't really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would like to get a job in your field of study.
Yeah, and I worked towards it when I came into Finland. I went to school, and I studied towards that. And the job market is not. There's probably a 20% chance.
Okay. So you don't consider yourself part of the society because you've not fully integrated. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what would be your suggestion to the Finnish government or to any of these organizations that is in charge of integrating the foreigners? What would be your suggestion to them in regards to how they can integrate the foreigners effectively into the Finnish society?
One, the employers should kind of bring down the language requirements for professionals, for people who the system have trained.
Okay.
Who the system have trained, and they might not speak perfect Finnish, but Finland should please utilize the people they've trained.
Okay.
At least they should be on an A list or a B list from the natives.
Okay. Okay. So in that way, at least the foreigners will be empowered and to contribute to the society and also to feel part of the society.
The trained. We should start from the trained.
The ones who graduated from the universities,
Okay.
Yeah.
And because it's not right if people have spent their time or their life here and gone to your universities, gone to your technical schools, and for some reasons they can't just find anything to do. Okay.
Do you have friends that are in the same position as you?
I have a lot of friends that have moved, that are still living here, probably based because of they have families here now, so they have to live here, but they are not happy.
You're not happy?
Most of them are not happy. Only few of them that have succeeded in getting jobs, and the percentage is very, very, very little.
Okay.
Little. The scale is very little.
Okay. So can you tell me, when did you move to Finland and how was your experience like when you arrived in Finland?
13 years later.
Yeah.
I feel as if it's a culture that I'm very familiar with.
Yeah?
I have mainly studied in English, so I'm more familiar with international people rather than Finnish people necessarily, in a way. But I feel as if this is my home, I got my citizenship, I'm still looking for a job, but I think that it's my home.
Okay. Do you have did you experience a cultural shock when you arrived in Finland earlier?
Not necessarily, because I didn't go straight to a Finnish school. If I would have had this kind of like straight to studying in Finnish, maybe it would have been
a shock.
a bigger shock.
Yeah.
But because I had all this international, like schooling, it was a little bit easier for me to just, go through it.
Okay.
It was more about, the long winters.
Okay. So the weather was an issue for you?
Not fully, because 13 years later I'm still here. I could be somewhere else, you know?
Yeah, sure.
But it did have its impact.
Okay. So do you feel part of the society now? Do you feel like fully integrated into the Finnish society, or are you in between?
Definitely feel integrated. I feel that people understand foreigners and just generally people from every kind of background.
Okay.
By my counts, as I understand it. I feel as if it's good to be here. Well, I would suggest, this kind of like creative courses where they can, get to know all kinds of cultures, different cultures, but try to use Finnish too at the same time, but make it in a creative way, because most of the times when they offer courses to foreigners about Finnish language, it's very much structured around grammar.
Okay.
And of course you can, learn all the grammatical way of how to express yourself, but you will not have fluency, and you would still miss out on a lot of the communication with Finnish people.
Okay.
For language differences.
Okay.
So
that would be your suggestion.
Kind of how I feel about it.
What about in terms of job, work?
Work-wise?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to recommend, because I think that Finland is a quite engineer-like orientated country where, there used to be Nokia, now it's not Nokia anymore, but they have Kone, for example, and they have all kinds of industries like that where they need IT people. And I think that this is the kind of jobs that foreigners should go for. If they have the opportunity and they have interest in studying, they should go and study and have this kind of thing integrated in their life to be able to succeed here, because I think that they get well paid and it works nicely. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when did you move to Finland, and how was the experience like when you first arrived in Finland?
I moved to Finland 5 years ago for studying. I was very lucky because when I first came here, I already have some friends. I'm from Vietnam, and those Vietnamese friends, they knew me. They helped me a lot to get all the papers done. Went to the police to register in the society, got the bank, got the social identity code. So everything was really nice for me in the beginning.
Okay. So do you feel part of the society now? Are you fully integrated, or are you in the process of integrating into the Finnish society?
This is a very interesting question. I would say that I'm probably integrated into the society. The main challenge I have, I believe that is the challenge for many other people, is the language.
The language.
Yes. Even though I've been here for 5 years, I don't speak Finnish, and I didn't really make the effort to learn Finnish. That's the big challenge when you try to get to know the local people, because to some extent Finnish people are still shy to talk in English. So when you can speak Finnish, you go out with them, hang out with them, then you would be integrated into the society deeper. So I would say Finnish is the main barrier to keep me away from the Finnish society, and I have nothing to complain, because it's my fault not to learn the language.
Okay. So do you think not speaking Finnish language would hinder you from getting the job and integrating fully well into the society?
It does. It's really difficult to get the job without knowing Finnish.
Okay.
But I've got 2 jobs now without speaking the language. So it's difficult, but it's not impossible.
Okay.
Yes.
So what would be your suggestion to the Finnish government or to any of the organization responsible for integrating foreigners? How can they integrate foreigners into the Finnish society effectively?
This is a very big question.
Yeah.
From my point of view, I could say that they can do it in the way that they can organize more activities where the local Finnish people get to know the foreigners.
Okay.
So they can talk to each other, they can do some things, they can introduce the culture. For example, I'm from Vietnam.
Yeah.
So we can have some event to just show Finnish people what kind of food we eat in Vietnam, what kind of clothes we wear in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yes, so just so that they get to know other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also all the people, other foreigners as well should get to know the Finnish culture. Just like an exchange of cultures.
Exactly.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate.
Thank you.
I just came for study purpose.
Okay, so you moved to Finland like 3 years ago. Okay, how was the experience like the first time?
That was good.
It is good?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any cultural shock?
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Even the weather wasn't a problem for you.
At the beginning it was, but when you
get used to it.
yeah, when
So
you
you-
get used to.
Okay, so you had the shock anyway. You had the cultural shock.
No, actually no, because I'm studying in an international school. So
Okay.
there are my fellow guys and also international students
Okay.
from different countries.
Okay.
So it's not a problem for me.
So food.
I don't feel any.
What about
cultural
people?
shock.
What about people? Like there's a popular saying that the Finns are reserved, like introverts, that they don't speak to people that much. So that wasn't a shock for you from where you're coming from?
I knew that, and I usually talk to them.
Okay, so you talk to them.
For instance, when I am waiting for a bus,
Okay.
I just approach to them and just talk to them. They are really nice.
Okay.
They just talk to you back.
Okay.
And they cannot be offended.
Okay, it's okay.
They might seem like very quiet and very humble, but when you just close to them, and when you start to talk, they start to talk.
Okay. So do you feel like you're integrating into the Finnish society now? Do you see yourself living here for the rest of your life?
Yeah, so for me, I think I'm somehow integrated. Because,
You're integrating.
Yeah, people consider that integration is just knowing the language, or maybe something. But so if Finnish people really speak good English,
okay. So for you, that's
sometimes
okay.
It might have barrier in a job.
Okay.
Looking for
A job.
a job.
Yeah,
Because
so
if
that's-
you speak Finnish, you will be a potential candidate for everywhere.
Good.
For any job. But,
Perfect. Okay.
I think it's easy to integrate in Finland, but
Yeah.
you have to be really courageous because the Finnish people are a bit quiet and they appreciate silence.
Yeah.
If you are a kind of guy who is courageous and who like to break the ice, you have to break the ice by yourself.
Break the ice yourself. By the way, you look Finnish, yeah, but I understand that you're trying to integrate into the Finnish society. So can you tell your story?
Well, yeah, I can tell my story. I'm still trying to integrate into the Finnish society, even though I've moved back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I used to live overseas in Australia for 5 years and Singapore for 5 years.
Yeah.
And even though I'm Finnish, when you move back to your home country, you think you know what the culture is like, but then it's totally not what you expected. And then you're just, whoa, what's going on here? So for example, in Singapore, the school was really high class, really good teachers. Everyone was striving for really good grades. Then I come back to Finland and I go to the school here. And what are people doing? Oh my God, there's, over there, some group of people are spitting on the ground. Over there, another group of like 14-year-olds are smoking. Then there's like a guy riding a bike and another one sitting on the handlebar. And the guy just drives him into this really big thorny bush. Just like drives the bike in. The driver jumps off himself and the guy who's sitting on the handlebar just... So it's like, I'm looking like, what is this kind of... Is this like kindergarten or something? It's like...
But you're Finnish, man. You're Finnish. No.
Yeah. I thought like I'm coming to a country where people are, really smart and upright and everything. Like the schooling system of Finland has been. How do you say it? Ranked really high up. I'm really confused. Like, what is this place?
So do you see it? But do you feel like now you've integrated well? You feel part of the society. You don't have a problem in terms of language.
It's really hard because overseas, I feel it's much easier to connect to foreigners and foreign people. People are really open, especially in a society like Singapore, which is just this mixture of different cultures and people. It's really easy to go and talk to people. For example, in my school, everyone in one class were all from different countries. So there is like, everyone's different. There's no inner group of people. But here, you go on a bus, and it's like everyone's at a funeral or something. Like it's completely like everyone's completely quiet on the bus.
Okay.
What's going on? And I tried to change the culture. I went to, I'm walking on the street. I say hi to people like they do in in more open cultures. And then people just stare at me like, what's this person saying hi to me? And then actually one time a guy stopped me and said, do I know you? And I said, okay, maybe it's better not to try and change this culture.
Okay. So
that's a big question, and I don't actually think that it's the responsibility of organizers or people at the top. I think it's the responsibility of everyone, all the people that live in this country.
Okay.
I think it's something everyone should work on to try to be more open. Say hi to other people, communicate more openly to everyone, have a small chit chat on the bus to the person sitting next to you instead of staring at your fucking phone. If I can be direct, that's just something Finland really needs to change if they want to stay on top of the globe at the moment. If you have these small interactions with people every day, it really improves your creativity, your thoughts. There's a chance that you get to connect with people you wouldn't otherwise connect with people. It's giving Finland a really big disadvantage that people aren't communicating, connecting with others around them. And it's really strange because in Finland you have some of the smartest people. There's a lot of trust between people. There's no reason we should be avoiding others, strangers, so-called strangers, because everyone here has really good values and values of trust between them.
All right, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And how was your experience like the first time you arrived in Finland?
So I came to Finland in 1999.
Okay.
And my first experience was not shock really, but it was nice season of the year. It was fall, so the weather was pretty much the same like in Africa.
Okay.
So from the weather perspective, it was okay.
Okay.
From the language, it was different.
It was different.
Yeah. So the English was a little bit complicated to find people to speak to.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, there's a lot of Finnish people speak English, so that was sorted out rather quick.
Okay.
The rest was the normal business. You just have to get to know what to do during the winter, what to do during the summer, and all the Finnish culture and sauna stuff and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you consider yourself part of the society, fully integrated into the society, or are you in the process of integrating, or I don't know?
So I feel myself as part of the society, and I don't feel the need of me being integrated since I'm already part of the society. And I believe Finland, as it has been before, is a multicultural society. There are Swedish-speaking people here with their different culture. There are Sami-speaking people. There are Finnish themselves. There are other European, African, Asian. So Finland has been like that for some time already, I think. And I found that way, so I'm part of it, and the integration part, I think, is an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing
There's
process.
always changes,
Okay.
and now we are going through so many changes, so we will have to adapt again and learn new things, and I believe these things will keep changing, it's just been changing.
Yeah. So what would be your suggestion to those who are responsible for integrating the foreigners? How can they integrate the foreigners effectively?
I think maybe they are missing the point. The point is not of integrating foreigners.
Yeah.
Just put them as a part and parcel of the Finnish society.
Okay.
Treat them as like anybody else.
All right.
They have their own way of doing things. Fair enough. They can do it. So as the Finnish people, they have their own way. It's not every Finnish do the same thing. There are some Finnish people who don't go to sauna.
Yeah.
There are some Finnish people who are Swedish speaking, by the way. So, it's already a mixed society, and they are part of the society, and we should be treated as part of the society. Okay. So we can learn from them, they can learn from us.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Okay.
So I arrived in Finland in 2009, yeah. I remember vividly my first day in Finland. On the way to my in-laws from the airport, throughout the journey I was just asking myself, are there really people living in this country? Because there was less cars in the roads, innit? And I noticed the spaces between the houses was so much. Yeah, I would say for me that was a peaceful experience. Anyway, the next day I went to Itäkeskus and got myself a pair of basketball shoes, a basketball, and a roller skate. Yeah, I remember I told a friend back home that the first thing I would do when I go abroad is roller skates. Guess what? That day I was just roller skating everywhere. Yeah, my first 4 months in Finland, I felt like a tourist, man. I was just enjoying the city attraction, trying new things, and getting to know people, now I'm in. Also, I was looking forward to my first winter in Finland. Winter came, even though it was cold. I loved the snow, I loved the darkness. A complete new experience it was for me, and I loved it. However, 2012 was the moment of truth for me in Finland. I found myself trying to understand the Finnish society, the Finnish people, and they understanding me. At that point in time, I asked myself, is Finland the place I want to live? Because I didn't see any sign of integrating into the society. And as I speak, I still don't consider myself as part of the society. Because I still can't speak the Finnish language fluently, I still don't have a job, and I feel the Finnish government isn't doing anything to make me a better person. As a matter of fact, I feel like they don't even want me to be a better person. Because if they do, they would try as much as possible to integrate me into the society by giving me a job and making me be part of the society and making me feel like I'm part of the society. You know what I mean? And so recently, I made up my mind. I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave Finland. I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can be a better person. My advice to the Finnish government is they should try as much as possible to integrate the foreigners fully into the Finnish society. Not just sending them to a Finnish language course, they should also be given the opportunity to work. In that way, they will feel they are part of the society. Also, there should be a pilot project for immigrants. Newcomer centers where foreigners can go and learn how to write resume, learn interview tricks, and also get counseling in regards to career building or personal development. Thirdly, the Finns should open up to the foreigners. They should not be hostile to them. They should make them feel they are at home. Because they've left their countries, they've come here, they want to live here. All we are asking the Finnish government is, give us a chance to build a career for ourselves, give us a chance to be a better people. I'm not saying that the Finnish government isn't doing anything at all in regards to integrating the foreigners into the Finnish society, but they ain't doing enough. The Finns are known to be perfectionists. They should perfect integrating the foreigners into the Finnish society. Thank you.